What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Game Over Gurkha Man. Today, this will be a little bit of a short one compared to the last two. All I really plan on doing is exploring the rest of the Undead Burg, getting some items. I'm not going to do the boss today because I'm going to want to, there's some items here I want to buy, and I'm going to need to basically farm to get the money I need to buy them. But I am going to show you around this area. It's a very cool little area. And yeah, I think the Undead Burg on its own deserves its own little episode. Now these guys, I shouldn't have done that. These guys, there's a few different ways of going about it. The easiest way is to kick them and slap them. Give them a good kick, give them a good slap. You kick by pushing forward and hitting R1. Or your regular attack, I guess is how I should word it. Not a lot of people know this, but... Well, what I should say is tons of people know this, but I didn't on my first playthrough. I didn't find out about it until later, after watching Let's Plays. There's a stairway down here. It's hidden by all these boxes. It pays to be observant in Dark Souls. It pays incredibly well to be observant. Speaking of which, there's like a guy there and he's hiding behind those boxes. He's gonna jump out. I don't know what his actual trigger is. I guess you just have to cross somewhere. Oh damn. Oh damn, son. I would like a battle axe. Battle axes are nice. And there is a merchant here.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
So what do you got for sale? Repair powder, don't really need that. Three knife, don't need that. Don't need any of these things. And the orange guided soapstone, messages transmit in other worlds where they are rated, also rate message of others. In Lordran, the flow of time is distorted. Messages allow undead to assist or deceive one another. So that's how you write the messages on the onto the ground and things. He does have some items and some weapons here, though. The main item I want from him is the bottomless box. It allows us to manage our inventory so I can keep it clean, so I'm going to be buying that. But he also sells things like the short sword, the dagger, the scimitar, the rapier, the hand axe, club, reinforced club, which actually has some interesting story behind it. A club with leather nailed to the pommel. The Burg Undead Merchant proudly peddles his club, but its reinforcement is shoddy. Indeed, its attack is stronger, but the club is no longer dependably sturdy. So he's just cheaply slapped that together. Short bow can also be quite useful here, if you get that. Got quite a few different items here. Actually, Warrior's Round Shield too. So basically, I'm going to be coming here later on, when I've got more souls, to buy some of these weapons. And you'll see those in the next episode. Because even though I'm fine with picking the starting class, I'm not a big fan of the club as a weapon. It's too damn slow. And I want to get that short sword. It's not like I'm not going to use the short sword for all that long in particular, but I would prefer to have that speed over the damage output of my club currently. Oh dang, sons! Wrecked! So yeah, I'm gonna do that after this episode. I'm just gonna hang around, get enough souls to buy the short sword, maybe the hand axe, and a couple of the other weapons, and we can mess around with them next time. See how we feel about them. That's why I didn't buy any throwing knives, because I knew that was gonna be there. And that allows us to drop back over here. But you may remember in the last episode, I looked across and saw that there, and we couldn't get to it. And that's because you need to do this. Now, I've tried a million times to jump from that window to this, and never succeeded. And I don't know if it's possible. Also, there's that little thing there that looks like you should be able to land on it. But you can't. It is unreachable. It looks like there should be a way to get there, but there isn't. Now, up here, we got another item, which is cool. The light crossbow and standard bolts. Crossbows, I've never really messed around with. They have their fans, obviously, but I'm not among them. I don't have any problem with the crossbow, I just... Wow, he was right on the ball, weren't you? I did not expect him to just, like, run straight up like that. I still haven't got a single backstab with this weapon either, which is unusual. I thought I would have got one by now, even if it was by accident, but I haven't. Yeah, nice throw, jackass! Wow, you guys are being very aggressive. Very aggressive undead. Come here. There you go. You missed, and now you're dead. Lock-on is obviously very similar to what you would find in Legend of Zelda, although instead of holding down a trigger to do it, you just click down on the right stick and it does it automatically for you, which is nice and dandy. Next up, we have this door, which I'm going to break. Break. Oh, this isn't one you can break. You can just open it. That's even easier. The wooded shield. Very similar to this shield. Actually, I'm not sure if it's heavier or lighter. I should check that. Let's have a look at it right now, actually. Stats-wise. Oh, it has much better damage reduction. And the weight is the same. At this point, there is no reason not to use the wooded shield. Vertically elongated wooden shield decorated with a white dragon. Wood shields are lighter than metal shields, but with lower physical damage reduction and reduced shield stability. Which makes sense. I'm going to equip this bad boy, because it weighs the same, and it has better stats. You guys just keep coming out of the woodwork, don't you? I think it's been pretty well established by this point. Every time you rest at a bonfire, the enemies respawn. That's not a huge deal. Hey, we got a humanity for that one. Nice. Now there are some dickheads up here throwing these fire bombs. What assholes. And then in this room, got some troublemakers. Oh boy. Oh dear. I can hear the footsteps of the shielded guy coming in. And my stability, I gotta keep an eye on that stamina. I don't usually start as the, deprived. Usually I'm more likely to start as a, as either like a knight or particularly the, barbarian or the warrior, because I really like the axe. I like the axe a lot. Its wind-up is very similar to the clubs. For some reason it feels faster. I don't know if it actually is. Also, who's sneaking behind this door? You are. There we go. In here there is our first chest, and inside said chest is black fire bombs. How exciting. Now, I thought there was something down in here for some reason, but it's just a dead end. Okay, actually, now that I've done that, I can probably just go buy that short sword now. Maybe I'll do that, then I won't have to do it off camera. What I won't be doing is, I won't be doing any leveling, I don't think, off camera. Any grinding I do will be mainly for resources. Wait, oh, I pissed off on that. Oh, shit. Oh, I didn't think this through at all. Hey! Mainly for resources. Things like Titanite, which is an upgrade material, like stuff like that has to be farmed for, and I will be farming for some of that in this area, actually. Between later episodes, not right now. Oh, well, that's why it wasn't blocking. It was targeting the other guy. Problem with spear guys is the spears can go right through each other without affecting each of them. So it's very easy for them to like stab you through the other guys around them, which feels cheap a lot of the time. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, who's in here? That's right. I already cleared this place out. Alright, merchant, I got your coin.
Go ahead, never hurts to splurge.
That's right, never hurts to splurge. I'm going to buy your short sword, I think is the one I was going to get. Actually, if we're going for a... Well, no, we'll get the short sword. 600 souls, yeah. Hand axe is not too bad either. But, anyway. Let's talk to him a little bit. Actually, we didn't do that last time.
Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave. Here, I'm not here to chit-chat. We talk business or we talk nothing at all. Here, I'm not... We talk...
That's all you got to say? Alright.
Hey, what?
What are you talking about? I just bought something from you. What are you complaining about? Where's that short sword? Here it is. Much quicker. Yeah, much better. Okay, now we've got that. Let's go heal up again. Maybe I will be able to take on the... Actually, no, because we've still got all these guys over here we've got to take care of. Maybe I will be able to take on the boss for this area, because he's not particularly difficult. Maybe I will be able to get all this done in one episode. Alright. So we got these guys. These guys are much better if you lure them in one by one. Trying to... Because there's a guy at the back who throws bombs. And dealing with him is pretty shit. There is not enough room to deal with these guys down here. Something I haven't checked is what the R2 is for the short sword, because I forget. Okay, so it takes three swings. Okay, it's a stab. That's good. Stabs are great for stairways like this, for obvious reasons. Now, oh, what did you drop? Firebombs. Alright, let's get these guys up here. Da 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 da. Frame rate's tanking. Frame rate always tanks here, I guess because it's looking back all the way on the undead berg there. I like trying to lure these guys out of this because of the frame rate here. Like, fighting them is much harder than it needs to be. Okay, here we go. Oh, you're quicker than I am. Fuck. Oh, shit. That's bad. And you're dead. There we go. Alright, that's both of them dead, which is nice. Soul lost undead. I'll take it. We've got another room here we can open up. That merchant there, normally the only way to get into this room and the one downstairs is to use the residence key that he sells. But, with the master key, don't need to worry about that. Also, gold pine resin is a very useful item that I will talk about in a later episode when I use it. Basically, it enchants your weapon with electricity, which, you know, it gives it a buff, basically. So you do your general weapon damage, and then... I did not want to lock onto him. And then you get your... oh, really? Never see you guys walk down into here. That's odd, to say the least. So even though this weapon doesn't do a ton of damage, you can get the attacks off in pretty quick succession. Definitely want to get these guys up here one at a time, though, absolutely. Otherwise, you'll regret life. Whoop! Whoop! Stab! You're dead. Now for your friend here. I do like that two-hit combo with the strong attack. Now down there is an enemy called a Black Knight. You can get a look at him if I come down here. You can kill him right now, but personally I don't get that much satisfaction when I do pull it off, and I don't just want to be dying for the hell of it. Also, just like earlier on, here's a trap here with the exploding drum. There you go, you're dead too. Now, you can also go down there. There's an item down there you can get, but it pulls you up back around where that Black Knight is, which, as I said, I don't really want to deal with. So I'm not going to. And if you come in here, you can actually go downstairs. And there's a character down there called Havel. If you're really good at parrying, you can take him out early in the game, but I'm terrible at parrying, as I stated in the first episode, so I'm not going to be doing that. No, sir. Now, this is the next boss. This is a Taurus demon, but before we get his attention, we're going to come around here. We're going to climb up here, because if you go out there, there are some archers who are just general dicks. Some general dickheads. And while the boss itself isn't particularly difficult, he is significantly more difficult if you got these jackasses shooting at you while you're trying to fight him. Okay, so what have we got? 1500 souls, we got 3 Estus left. Nice view over here, actually, of if you look over this way, down there, I think, is... Actually, I don't know what down there is. Don't know what's down there, but if you look over this way, this will be coming over here. You can see the first bell is actually... Whoa, I didn't know you could walk up on there. Almost walked to my death. That's the first bell of awakening, is in that tallest tower there. You can also kind of see Sen's fortress on the top of it. There is a giant there. And that big wall up there is the wall of Enolondo, which we will be exploring very much. And after we beat this boss, we need to get across that bridge, but that'll be in the next episode. That'll take us to the next part of the Undead Burg. Nothing too crazy. But now that we've taken care of these guys, you can just jump off there as well, but it hurts. So I won't really need my shield for this boss fight. Here he comes. Now, the Taurus demon, just like the merchant said. You can fight this guy entirely on the ground. I usually try doing a little bit of damage to him on the this way, which is the same as we did with the Asylum demon. I find he's actually much easier if you don't have the lock-on on. Generally, what a lot of people do is they'll run all the way up here, which gets him to run up here as well, and bait him into that attack, which leaves him open to running back over here. And then you just climb back up again, and you can drop back down on top of him. If you're too slow, he will do the hammer attack on you while you're climbing the ladder, which is obviously not something you want. Oh, wow! Wow! I didn't know he could get you when you were that high up. I've never had him do that before. Huh. Alright, let's get back there again. Alright, we are back. I did not rekindle my humanity. I'm still a hollow. Ugly as I am. It can't be helped. That was weird. The music took a while to kick in. So this time I'm going to try to do the stab thing, then I'm going to try to just beat him on the ground. It's a more satisfying way of fighting him, I can tell you that much. There's actually a way of doing a special plunge as well, which I didn't pull off then, but you can do another kind of plunge, which is pretty good too. Actually, I do have the gold pine resin. So basically, yeah, like I said, this gives you a buff on your weapon, so now you can see how much more damage this does. It absolutely trivializes this fight. How I say as he slams me into the ground. If I can just bait him into the right attack, it ends up just being a matter of getting in on him. Whatever, man. You're done. You're done, son. Easy. So yeah, I died, but I could have just done it the easy way and put some gold pine resin on there. I got some more humanity for it, so that's alright. That's alright. I'm gonna die here or there in this game. More often than not, it'll be because of dumb little mistakes like that than it will be because of a genuine bad play. Although I did walk off that fucking cliff with the skeletons in the second episode. Which was a bit dumb. Alright, so now that we've got that done and sorted... yeah, okay. We can talk about that later. That bit's stupid. But before we deal with that, it's going to come down here. We're going to talk to our new son bro here, Solaire.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow. Far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
So this guy's an interesting character. There was a lot of speculation about him being Lord Gwyn's son, which we now know is false. But for years and years, there was a lot of people's speculation that he was the son of Lord Gwyn.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
Sure.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Sure, I'd love to.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
So there's quite a few fights, boss fights you can summon Soler to help you with. But I'm going to be playing through this Let's Play with 0 summons. I find it more fun that way. Summons can be interesting in their own right, but yeah.
Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Yeah, sun's pretty nice, man. Look at that lens flare. Look at that. Look at that beef jerky skin I got. Delicious. Now, this bit is cheap as fuck. You can see there's some burn marks there, and there's some guys down here. A lot of people die here. Myself included. You just want to walk past that invisible little checkpoint there, and then run back out. Otherwise, even here in the doorway, I still got fucking wrecked by this stupid thing. This dragon is what I like to call bullshit. And some people try to justify it, and to those people I say, no, it's cheap and wrong, and you're wrong, and your opinions are wrong. We won't be dealing with that dragon until much later in the game. We can deal with it earlier, but we're not going to. But you might be wondering, well then, what's down here where you've run? And the answer is, we're going to kick down this ladder, and lo and behold, we're back here at this bonfire again. Ain't that just dandy? I'm gonna reverse that hollowing. We got like 5,000 souls too, so we can level up some shit. Which is how we're gonna round out this episode. We're going to level up our strength, dexterity, our vitality, and our endurance. This time, oh, 4 of them. Dang. And that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Next time we're going to make our way. We're going to make our way to the Undead Parish, which is another part of the Undead Burg here. It's its own separate part. So I hope you'll join me for that. I usually die there a lot. It's one of those areas that I struggle with, even though it's earlier in the game. I just suck at it. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a fantastic day and a fantastic week. I look forward to catching you next time. Peace out. And as always, have a good one.